Hello, howdy. Good afternoon, everybody. TP 2.0 troublemakers and fellow nosy people. My name is Kara. I'm not a journalist. I'm just nosy. And while it's still legal to be nosy, it's still okay to be nosy. I'm going to keep digging around and I'm going to keep asking questions. And I feel like we should all do that. Just keep doing that. Keep asking questions. Keep talking about things that seem weird. If you ask some people, they would tell you no, you're not allowed to. You know, like Blake Sneff, Andrew Colvett, Beavis and Butthead, and anyone in that, realm of influence over there at TP 2.0. But they would tell you otherwise. But I'm here to say no. We should keep going. We should keep going max. We should keep asking all the questions. Has anybody told them there's this whole big genre, like on the other side of the internet? It's called true crime. And that's what people do all day long. People of all shapes and sizes, they ask questions. They challenge narratives. They dig into theories. They question things. And it's great. It's great. Internet detectives, I'm with you guys. Totally with you guys. And those people over there telling us not to investigate, they just live in a very small box of identity politics. And I don't know, feel kind of sorry for him, honestly. Today, I want to talk about a conspiracy that sort of fluttered across my vision a few months ago, maybe, I don't know, several weeks back. And it was weird. It was a conspiracy that that Charlie and Erika Kirk had doppelgangers. They had a doppelganger couple from the late 60s, early 70s in Florida called Claude and Erika Kirk. Claude Kirk and Erika Mattfield Kirk. And they looked a lot like this Erika Kirk, number one, especially resembled Erika Kirk, number two, a lot. And it was kind of weird, and at the time, I thought floating around, and I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I could see the resemblance between the Erikas, but not so much the Claude and Charlie. I mean, maybe if Charlie, I don't know, had lived a really hard life and drank a lot of martinis and spent too much time in the Florida sun, then sure, I could see it. But not so much. But Erika, the two Erikas, they looked a lot alike. Okay, a lot alike. But I didn't think too much about it at the time. I thought, oh, that's interesting. It's kind of interesting. But I don't know. Well, a few weeks ago, I decided to dig a little bit deeper and look into some articles and look into this Erika Mattfield Kirk. Erika Kirk, number one. And what I found is pretty interesting. And I just want to share it with you guys. I mean, I don't know if they're clones. I don't know if DNA is similar. But it's kind of crazy where Erika Mattfield Kirk comes from. And let's talk about it. But first, I want to stick in some pictures of Claude Kirk next to Charlie, and you guys can tell me what you guys think. I mean, is there any chance they could be of similar DNA structure? Claude Kirk, now he was a World War II veteran. Okay, he was a Marine, and his tenure in the government was pretty short. It was like from 1967 to 1971. He was the governor of Florida. Now, he stayed involved in politics. He actually ran for president in 1984, and he ran for Congress in 1988. And he ended up getting like a gig where he was nominated, like the Florida Education Commission. He was nominated to be on the Florida Education Commission, which is interesting, right? It's curious, okay? Politics, education, influencing the young people. I mean, that's sort of a similarity in their tracks. But now Erika Mattfield Kirk, now her story is a whole lot more interesting. And I found some more pictures I could share with you guys of pictures from her back in Florida. Now, Claude, interestingly, met her in South America, in Brazil, when she was 33 years old. And he brought her to Florida and married her when she was 33 years old. Now, she was born in 1934. And she had a husband before Claude, and the guy's name was Carlos Dolabella, and he was an actor. And Erika Mattfield Kirk, number one. She also had some modeling gigs, some acting gigs. I mean, most famous was like this eye drop commercial, like back in 1961. And, she's flinging her beautiful blonde hair and smiling at the camera. And she had one child with Carlos Dolabella. And then I guess they divorced. Somehow she met Claude and came to Florida and had 2 more children with Claude. But when he introduced her into the Florida scene, there was a lot of drama. The media was all over it. She was like the Barbie superstar. I mean, they took pictures everywhere. She was very beautiful. She was younger. She just came out of nowhere. This mysterious German that he met in South America. But what was really interesting is like some of the questions surrounding what was going on back then. Why was Claude going to South America all the time? Some people were accusing him of doing some shady stuff, some shady trafficking of whatever, weapons, whatever, shrugs, I don't know. But it's just sort of interesting. And where Erika Mattfield Kirk came from, now it was rumored to be a large encampment of over 300 people that fled Germany after World War II. Now, something really interesting is that Erika Mattfield Kirk, number one, was rumored to be from a German encampment in South America that was run by a fanatical religious extremist named Paul Schaefer, who was very political, and this man sought to terminate his political rivals. This camp was right outside of Rio de Janeiro. It was called Colonia Dignidad, and it was riddled, and I mean riddled, with the worst kind of scandals, the worst kind of abuses, and they were involved in all kinds of shady stuff, you guys. Some of the similar shady stuff that is also being rumored to be floating around 2.0 now. Now, it was said to have like over 300 German residents who fled World War II, and also some South Americans. And these people that rhyme with Yahtzee, okay, these were Germans that fled because they were also religious extremists and just racial extremists. Now, his name was Paul Schaefer, and this guy, you guys, he was a scary looking dude. And when I say scary, I mean he was very scary looking. He even had a glass eye, okay? And the glass eye, apparently he gave it to himself when he was trying to untie a knot in his shoelaces, I guess with a fork, and he accidentally stabbed himself in the eye, which is crazy, dramatic, and sounds awful until you read about what kind of stuff this man did. And then you're thinking, I don't know. Well, he was a pastor. He was a cult leader. He was accused of moving weapons, moving people, moving shrugs, all types of things. And he went unpunished. I mean, he pretty much evaded any type of prosecution until 2005. I guess he finally got extradited back to Chile, where he faced his many accusers. And he served 5 years before he died. I think in 2005, 2010. I'm not sure. I'll pop in some information for you guys to read. But it's very interesting. Now, did Erika Mattfield Kirk manage to escape this cult and find refuge, being the wife of a politician in Florida? Or was she a honeypot? Was she sent there, since this guy was so political? Was she sent to be a honeypot? All very strange. And to influence American politics. I don't know, because I feel like that would be a tactic back then in the 60s. Now, Claude, he was governor at a very interesting time. I mean, he had the Vietnam War. I mean, there was lots of civil rights stuff going on. I mean, it was just a very dynamic time to be a governor. So he was at a crucial time. So maybe she was sent to be a honeypot. I don't know. But there isn't very much about her passing. I mean, about her story. She doesn't really hit the news that often. After that, she stays married. She's a wife. She raises her kids. She stays quiet. They retire in West Palm Beach. He was an insurance agent. He stayed involved in politics. He stayed involved in Florida politics, but they were pretty quiet. And Erika Mattfield Kirk was pretty quiet, and she died at the age of 88. You know, but she died around at the age of 88. Back around 2010, 11, I think. I didn't put it in my notes, but she lived a quiet life in Florida. And it's just all very interesting because they look so much alike and they're on a similar track. And now TP 2.0 is being accused of some of the things that were floating around, rumors, gossip, and innuendo about the first Kirk family. I mean, they were kind of accused of maybe being involved with some stuff going on back and forth from South America. Very curious, you guys. And also curious that she's German. And I don't know. Could Erika be a German clone? Or similar DNA? It's a curious question. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when people talked about cloning all the time. It was all over the news. We're going to clone, we're going to clone, we're going to clone. And we know those people, that particular group of people, those Germans, were obsessed with genetics. They were obsessed with cloning. So I ask, could that be the case? And something interesting that I also stumbled on in my research is that Erika with a K is actually the #1 marching song for those World War II German fanatics that got exiled, and they just somehow landed all over the world in different countries, in different encampments. And we know a lot of them ended up here in America, tucked away. So yeah, the genetic thing, it's kind of weird. And it seems like after they finally succeeded with Dolly, you guys remember Dolly? People just stopped talking about it. They stopped talking about it. Unless, of course, those files, those e-files, I mean, there was lots of talk about cloning in those files, about genetics, about DNA. So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting stuff to me. And I thought I would share some extra pictures with you guys and see if you think they look a lot alike. I think they look a lot alike. Do they have similar genetics, DNA cloning? I don't know. Like back in the day when Erika was born in the 80s, I mean, how would that work? Would it be a baby switched out in the nursery? It could be a nurse. I mean, we have to look at the times and say, how would that happen? Would Lori be complicit? Would a nurse just swab a baby out? I don't know. It's strange stuff. But yeah, I wanted to share this Colonia Dignidad story with you guys and this interesting backstory of Erika Kirk #1 because it's fascinating stuff to me. And where has Erika been? Where's she been? Is laying low? I mean, she really hasn't been pushed out since Kirkland, Washington. I mean, I saw those pictures that came out, at TPUSA when she was, hosting the TP worker, the TP 2.0 workers. But I mean, that was just sort of like, what's going on? I think they're becoming the new RNC, as best I could tell, because there are no young people to be found. Like, where are the young people? It looks like a bunch of old people like me, some older than me, some younger than me, but the youth has fled. I mean, where's the youth? It's just a bunch of old, RNCers at TP 2.0 now, and yeah, saying they influence kids, but I don't think they really have that much influence over kids, or at least let's hope not. But that's what I want to talk about today, and I hope you guys are having an awesome, great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. And to the person that told me my floral flower shirt was a costume, I doubled down and wore another one. Not the same shirt, but I wore another costume. Flowers are not a costume. I mean, why would you say that? I like floral, so it is what it is. I'm gonna wear it. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. All right.